Central banks maybe thinking about issuing their own coins?
It's an interesting question. That question was definitely discussed. I think you have to come back to, okay, what problem is that solving? Even if you offer a central bank coin, you still have to have a settlement to another central bank coin. So from Ripple's point of view, you still have a cross-border problem. There might be some efficiencies of using a digital asset on a domestic basis, but it doesn't obviate the need for that cross-border efficiency that Ripple's very focused on. That interoperability between different currencies, but even in the future, as I mentioned earlier, between different marketplaces, using digital assets to allocate resources.
I think
CBDC is going to be the future currency of the world. And it is necessary that every central bank, every country works on CBDCs.
What has Bitcoin ever done for mankind? Are you ever on a Bitcoin phone? Watson, come here, I need you. I mean, what is it?
You do not sell your Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin breakout. It boomed today. Bitcoin briefly hitting 64,000 for the first time in more than 2 years. It's below that right now, but Bitcoin has been absolutely ripping the past couple of months, more than doubling just since September. It's not just a sniff from its all-time high. It's 68,982 and 20 cents to be specific. It is inching closer every day. Mark, by the way, that number down. And here's what makes this Bitcoin rally a little bit remarkable and maybe kind of weird also. Bitcoin doesn't appear to be getting a lot of love from you, the public. We know that because of this chart. It is kind of weird looking, but that is the chart of the amount of Google searches for Bitcoin last year. Over the past 12 months, there was a spike last month as the Bitcoin spot market hit the ETF. That's that bump. But since then, you can see it's been flat. I mean, that's literally the world's most boring TV graphic. In fact, searches for Bitcoin are well below where they were 3 years ago. Look at that. They're also well below their December 2017 peak. That's that radio wave thing we're doing there, when Bitcoin neared 20,000. So either everybody already knows everything they want to know about Bitcoin and doesn't need to search for it, or they just aren't that interested, which would mean that this rally is really being driven by large institutions like banks and not by retail investors like you.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto moving up after yesterday's pump and then slight pullback. Now we have the U.S. government moved the $922 million that is seized from the Bitfinex hack. And remember, in March, we're definitely going to be on a roller coaster ride. And we know when Bitcoin pumps, certain cryptos pump, and Dogecoin is definitely one of them. If you're part of my premium stock Patreon account, you know. And then, guys, we have JP Morgan says Bitcoin could hit 42,000 after the halving. But guys, we don't have to worry about predictions. All we have to do is follow the Fed, and especially this month is going to be very important. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates being pushed down after PCE numbers still came in hot. And of course, the mainstream media financial channels twist and turn the narrative. Yield rate should definitely be over 5%, but we see the manipulation. And we have the dollar down, and that means we know the NASDAQ is going to be up. But again, guys, it's all manipulation. We have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo at $569 billion. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis. But we know the repo is definitely going to wind down. Now we have Elizabeth Warren back at it. Says that the crypto industry needs to follow the same rules as traditional finance. And guys, I thought that's the only thing that the people in crypto wanted. But remember, this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. They needed crypto to flourish the same way they need AI to flourish first before they start putting rules around it. We've seen this movie before. But guys, we have Jerome Powell in the House March 20th. So that means that the rates are going to stay higher for longer. And the rate that we're going right now, we're going to be paying $1 trillion just to finance the actual debt. But it's all about being in a fragmented world. They want to destroy this whole legacy market, so therefore they can bring in the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, all up. And we have Gemini to return at least $1.1 billion to earn customers and settlement with NYDFS. And guys, remember, this was all part of a plan so the Fed could close some banks and we get more consolidation, and we definitely know more is to come, and crypto, of course, is going to be blamed. But when we saw the FTX collapse, we saw how connected everything was. Remember, guys, we're in a plan. It moves in phases. And we have the bank man is asking to cut his prison sentence to 63 to 78 months. And yes, you can make this stuff up. Remember, guys, you're watching a movie. Sit back and let it play out. Get your popcorn. Now we have Marathon Digital unveils 2 Bitcoin sidechains as part of Enduro's network. Also, we have Coinbase Cloud adds support for Nethermind and Aragon. And we know how important staking is going to be in the fourth industrial revolution. Now we have Coinbase stocks at multi-month high as trading volume surges. And I think Coinbase stock, when it first IPO, was about $3.23, dropped all the way down to about $35, and now has bounced up. So guys, when it comes to these stocks making big moves, same thing in crypto, you gotta have the stomach for the roller coaster ride. But as long as you know the mission, you're going to be fine. And then lastly, guys, we have Hong Kong to broaden the China yuan pilot and move to boost cross-border payment efficiency. And all you have to do is look at the Belt and Road to know that the China digital yuan is the new world reserve currency, backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the crypto teacher wrote about it and told you about it a long time ago, because he knew when it came to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.